Hello, my name is Michaela and I'm running for the role of academic sabbatical. If I was to be elected, I'd start by looking at the turnaround for assignments and whether that the current policy is practical for both tutors and students. And secondly, I would be looking at the communication between tutors and students and whether the students believe there's enough support that they're getting from the academic staff. So as a student currently on a professional course, it's been imperative that I presented myself professionally and appropriately when in the school context, and this immediately has set the correct tone for the working relationship that I hope to make, and I can certainly apply these skills to the role. I've also ensured that communications have been clear, and these have been a big part of my placement experience. I've worked with the school staff that range from senior leadership to support staff, and throughout I've maintained a professional relationship with clear communication skills to ensure that everything was understood. The same can be said when I'm teaching in the classroom. I've made sure that pupils know exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it, what I hope for them to achieve, and they've also got the confidence in me that they can ask me questions when they're unsure. And obviously this is something that I'd hope the students at the university could do as well. I don't have any sort of direct experience of being a trustee, but working in the school context, we've obviously got departmental budgets, and again we as obviously as a trainee we don't have any sort of real say in what money gets spent where, but like anything, you need the knowledge and you need the skills and you need the confidence to be able to sort of develop in this role, and that's something that I would hope to achieve. Social media I think is a fantastic method of collating student opinion, and the multitude of social media and sort of technologies that we've got in everyday life now is fantastic, and if we can really utilize these, then we can collect opinions and we can look at consultations and research into what our members want. So for me, obviously I'd look at using Twitter and Facebook, but obviously you'd still need the physical presence, so you'd still need to be in and around campus, approaching students to making sure that they're heard in that way. We've also got things like drop-in style clinics where if you advertise them properly, they can encourage students to sort of drop in at their convenience, because obviously they've got a busy life and identify with that. So having a variety of opportunities to collate their opinion ensures that all students do have a say and that their views are properly represented. Firstly, I sort of welcome scrutiny because it just shows that the students are just as passionate about their education as I am, and their passion and enthusiasm is the driving force behind the role. Over the last 2 years, I've been the student representative for my subject in the secondary education cohort, and the achievements that we've made as a collective have been really important, and they've really affected the quality of teaching and learning on the course. So now we're told exactly what the assignment is in the very first lecture, and this has avoided a lot of confusion. It's sort of ensured that all students have got the same clarity in terms of the assessment. And this had been a problem in the previous academic year, and it was just something that needed to be dealt with promptly, and luckily it has. Secondly, I was part of ensuring that the cohort got the professional development sessions that we really needed and had sort of been asking for. This was a big success, as it's given the students the necessary information for going into placement. So we're a bit more confident on how to work appropriately with teaching assistants, how to work with students who've got special educational needs, and this has laid the initial groundwork, and it's left it open for the students to sort of develop their knowledge when they need to. And these two issues, they've not only affected us, but they've also affected the students in the year below. And obviously now with us sort of discussing it and the university taking what we say on board, students in the year below now receive this sort of support automatically. And these are just two things that they've given us the foundations for success, which I would like to do on a wider scale for the students at the University of Cumbria. As a trainee teacher, I've developed leadership abilities from the front of the classroom. I can actively lead pupils to reaching their learning outcomes through a process of objectives, and this is something that could also be applied to the role as academic sab. Students at the University of Cumbria come to obtain a quality degree, and as academic sabbatical, I would ensure that every student has the opportunity to get the degree they deserve. Similarly, for the past 2.5 years, I've been a student ambassador, and after sort of shadowing and observing how people in the same role sort of developed and how they facilitated myself in my sort of first year, as they've left and I've become one of the older sort of ambassadors, I've sort of taken on this role in facilitation, and it shows confidence in my abilities and that I've got the ability to adapt to my sort of role. So that when there's a lack of clarity or uncertainty on something that is minor, I've now got the confidence to sort of offer direction and guidance to achieve the best possible outcome. And obviously, as academic sabbatical, that was sort of what I'd like to be able to. I'd like to be able to offer direction and guidance to students just to achieve something. They make sure that they get the best possible academic outcome. Describe myself in 3 words. I would say that I am organised, I am hardworking, and I am enthusiastic.